2 weeks, 14 days, not a single bite of food whatsoever. Just water, electrolytes, and a little bit of desperation. This journey started as a way for me to lose weight fast, but in the end, it's become so much more. I've challenged my body, I've rewired my brain. I've learned that fasting isn't just about skipping meals. It's about deciding to go on a one-on-one battle with yourself. Now, if you haven't seen the first part of the series, don't worry, let me give you a quick recap. I started at 97 kilos, tired of being uncomfortable in my clothes, tired of being overweight, tired of 2 weeks diets that never work, and most of all, tired of the love handles which I haven't been able to get rid of for my entire life. So I said screw it, let's do something extreme. Now, day one felt like a New Year's resolution. I was confident, excited, probably a little naive if I'm being honest. And that really hit me on day 3. I was dizzy, I was weak, I was constantly watching the clock at work, looking at the time tick, just wondering when my day was going to be over because just moving around and walking was difficult. And on day 4, I got a superpower that I never asked for. My smell was supernatural, it had increased. I was sitting in my room and my mum was making toast in another room. Toast. And just the smell of it. It wasn't just my mouth salivating, it was my eyes too. I was tearing up. Peanut butter on toast had suddenly become a gourmet meal. And that's all I wanted to eat. And day 5, I started watching recipe videos like they were romantic comedies. I don't even like cooking. But yet there I was emotionally invested on how to air fry salmon. And then day 6, we had the best surprise of all. After 4 days without pooping.
So it is day 5 and the weirdest thing happened because I haven't gone to the bathroom for like the last 4 days, pretty much since I started. And I randomly had to go to the bathroom today and long and behold, I had to do a poop.
We got our last poop in, which was ultimately an underwhelming experience, but I will say by now I'm sort of missing pooping. I know it's a weird sort of relaxing area. You'll miss it, trust me. But by day 7, we had dropped 7 kilos. In 1 week, we dropped from 97 kilos all the way to 90 kilos. Give or take, a lot of that will be glycogen and water, which I will eventually regain at the very end of this challenge. But regardless, that is a huge drop. See that's when I knew it was working. So, continuing on, day 8 meant the return of the gym. Now, I skipped out on gym that entire first week, purely just to make sure I was okay. But I was feeling confident. To push forward to 2 weeks without eating, I felt like it was time to return. Day 8, I was weighing in at 89.2 kilos. So yet again, another drop of 0.8 kilos down from the previous day. Now, weight loss at this point was inevitable, but muscle loss, that was my main concern. So, as any 0-calorie rational person would do, of course I went back to the gym. See, I figured if I could stimulate the muscle, it would mean that I could somehow retain a little bit more muscle throughout this weight loss journey. But returning to the gym was difficult. Keep in mind, I hadn't eaten for an entire week. So going in the gym, I was watching myself on my Apple Watch, and that's when I got the shocked results. 180 beats per minute for 27 minutes. Slightly concerning. Probably a little bit more than slightly concerning. So yeah, not exactly ideal. But at the end, it's all to retain my muscle, as much as I can. See, but to me, regardless of the muscle loss, I thought building muscle would be easier than building confidence. Putting on size, see, that's a challenge I can get down with. That's a challenge I could enjoy. 14 days without eating, that's difficult. See, losing fat, it's mentally exhausting, emotional, and every day you're having a full-on identity crisis with yourself in the mirror. So if I lose muscle, fine. The sacrifice will be worth it. Day 9, we were down to 89 kilos on the dot. The scale didn't move much, but something else did. My confidence. I finally felt good just wearing a t-shirt by itself. No hoodie, no overshirt, just fabric and skin. Something I haven't enjoyed just wearing just by itself in a while. It was subtle, but it was powerful. See, this feeling kept my energy up, even when my calories were still at 0. But day 10, the scale decided to start moving again. We dropped down to 88.1 kilos, which also marked day 10 being 33% of the way through this journey to what I ideally want to do, is 30 days. And for the first time throughout this challenge, I actually thought I could make it to day 30. The results were coming in. But I will tell you, so was the soreness. I had to book in a massage. See, my muscles were aching as if I was doing CrossFit in my sleep. Turns out, when you don't eat much protein, your body sort of gets a little bit cranky about recovery. Yeah, shocking, I know. Now, before getting into day 11, let's talk about something that I did find shocking throughout this journey. And I didn't mention this in my previous video. Something I really didn't expect was sleep. And not in the way you might think. I thought I'd be tossing and turning in bed, craving cereal or lasagna. However, that wasn't the case whatsoever. I actually sleep better than ever. I fall asleep faster and I fall asleep deeper. And every night, surprisingly, I dream. Not just vague, blurry dreams, I'm talking about a full-on IMAX projection in my mind. I used to dream maybe like once or twice every fortnight if I'm lucky, and maybe only remember a few small details, but now it's every night. But don't get this wrong, they're not enlightening whatsoever. I'm not floating through space having some spiritual awakenings, nothing like that. Yeah, I'm deep frying pizzas and dreaming of being on cruise ships. So I think one night I dreamt that I was stuck in the Woolies freezer section. And yeah, I don't think there's a deeper meaning to that. But honestly, I love it. I go to bed now thinking, what's my brain gonna make up tonight? And especially when your whole day is basically built around not eating, dreaming sometimes is a nice escape. Sleeping just in general to get through the days. Now day 11 was uneventful. We still weighed in at 88.1 kilos. I know, I'm starting to notice a trend here. The weight stalled, but I didn't. I held steady, mentally, physically, and of course, we still went to the gym. I knew the next big drop was happening if I'm following the last pattern, so I just had to outlast the plateau. So hopefully tomorrow, we'll see another drop. Now day 12 definitely did bring some results. We dropped down to 87.7 kilos. So that plateau was over. But this was also the day that Nelly broke me. After work, I could barely make it to my car. My legs were shaking, my head was heavy. I drove home slowly, like a grandma stuck in traffic level of slow. Walked inside, didn't take my shoes off, didn't take my clothes off, and just collapsed onto my bed. I slept for 4 hours straight. I never nap. I don't like naps in general, but on that day, it wasn't a choice. My body just needed it.
I just wanted to give you guys a little update, and I'm really struggling. Like my stomach is completely fine. I'm not physically hungry, but mentally it's just so draining at this point. I feel like the first 7, 8, even the 9th day was okay. Yesterday was a bit difficult. Now today it's just, I can't stop thinking about food. I can't stop watching food. And it's really getting to me. Like today I felt really down the whole day. Just in a pretty bad mood, and I'm hoping this is something that's gonna pass, but I don't know if I'll make it. But just a little update at 11:30 at night to tell you where I'm at.
My body said, you're done, and yeah, I listened. Now day 13, we dropped to 87.2 kilos, another great loss since yesterday, and I like to dedicate day 13 to be called Pineapple Power for one particular reason. Energy returned slightly, and that was all thanks to my one and true hero, electrolytes. This one in particular by Inspired, the pineapple flavor, is incredible. Like, I'm talking incredible levels. I'll leave a link down below, but honestly, if you guys want electrolytes, about 5 to 10 calories, this tastes amazing. See, I'm not a water guy, I'm a flavor guy, and now I finally had felt like I had been saved by tropical life support. Game changer. Day 14, baby. We officially are down to 86.3 kilos, meaning we have lost 10.7 kilos overall since day 1. 14 days, over 10 kilos gone, and still, no food. Now, I know I can sort of act like sporadic, but it was good. I felt like I looked in the mirror and I could see someone who's really trying for the first time. Like, really trying. Someone who's finally sick of just giving up. So you know what that means. Yeah, I'm not stopping here. I've got a cruise in August, and I'm not stepping on that cruise feeling like someone who's trapped in skin that isn't their own. So now, I'm gonna keep going. 21 days without food coming up.